Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So today's feature match for you, we've got the protagonists both heading each other up here. We've got Wargreymon X versus Metalgarurumon X. We know Metalgarurumon X has seen a lot of play in the meta format, but I just really always like putting the two rival decks against each other, red and blue. Just makes sense to me to put these guys head to head, and this actually turned out to be a fantastic match. Don't forget though, our new memory marker this month is going to be Gummymon. So if you're just a green player in general, or an actual, Gummymon fan, or a Terriermon, Gargomon fan, this is a great memory marker for all those kind of decks. Also complements our Cocomon. If you've already ordered one of our Cocomons in the past, great addition to go side by side with a Cocomon. You can find that on our Etsy page, link in the description below. Also there you can find all of our previous memory markers that we've featured on the channel, as well as some of our Battle Ready Inc. merch. Alright, kicking things off, we've got red going first here. We're going to see that Draw Power Koromon, and then a Agumon on top of it here. Nothing too crazy there. You do kind of play into the theme of the deck a whole lot. A lot of the stuff works. A lot of the trends and things like that work. Here we're going to see the Security Attack +1 Greymon. Alternate art there. That's why it kind of looks a little weird. Kicking it over here to Koromon. No. Kicking over here to Garurumon X. We've got Upamon going into Gabu, and then into the Gabu X there for 0 Evo, just to get that extra little bit of draw power. As well as doubling up on the names, which is very important, or doubling up on the levels, I should say, not necessarily the names. We're going to see that Search Gabumon come down. This is, I believe it was a promo. I guess it's not a promo technically. It was at pre-release as the prize card for pre-release. So gets to search out a Garurumon as well as an Omnimon. So pretty solid searcher for the deck in general. Here we're going to see the red go ahead and promote up that Greymon. And then it looks like they're going to play out the Agumon counterpart to that Gabumon from the same set here. So we'll see similar things of we're going to reveal that 3 and add something with Greymon in the name or an Omnimon. We see the Cool Boy red memory and then just the Agumon X. So total whiff on that search. Kind of a bummer. Always a bummer to miss off of your searches. But kicking it over to Garurumon, though, looks like they're hesitating at promoting up that stack. Possibly. Yeah, there they go. Gonna go ahead and promote it up. Might just need the draws. This deck does have a ton of draw power. Upamon helping tremendously with the draw in the deck. I know not typically used. Usually you see the DP boosting egg in Garurumon decks. So Upamon here just helping out with the draw power, because the deck does like to have a massive hand size. So that I kind of see the appeal there. Swings in though, gets the draw, but hits into a Wargreymon. Not a bad one to get rid of out of security though for you. Here we're going to see a Evo into the Garurumon. This is the one that gains you 1 memory back. Essentially making it a 1 Evo cost level 4 with the Garurumon name. And then we're going to see that 0 Evo cost of Garurumon X here. Very, very powerful card, very pivotal for the strategy. That Garurumon X is incredibly important. Do not skip that step if at all possible. And then goes into the promo where Garurumon that can unsuspend after it attacks. But looks like Metalgarurumon is going to come down and digivolve that Metalgarurumon, or Metalgarurumon, or Wargreymon. These names sometimes. So Upamon, hatching another Upamon here. We're going to see that Gabumon come down. This is the give you 1000 DP boost, I believe. And it goes into another Gabumon X here, just for 0 Evo cost. Get you another draw for that on Evo. And then we see another Wargreymon immediately put out onto the field. Choking the opponent at 1, which is pretty powerful here. Because they can't use the Metalgarurumon here to swing in while it's unsuspended, or swing into unsuspended targets. So, because it's not an inheritable here, even with the X antibody option here, you have to technically swing first and then declare your target and then Evo. Oh, but it looks like they've got the X antibody there, so instantly making that inheritable live, actually, if they wanted, choosing to Evo into the Wargreymon X here for a big ol' 4 Evo cost, essentially blitzing with the the X antibody option here, drawing for that Koromon, got the little Agumon boost and the Greymon security attack bonus here. So swinging in for several checks here, goes for security instead, just hits into a bunch of Gabumons. Will gain back all that memory though, so a very, very massive swing for sure. Just a little unfortunate though, like not swinging over that Wargreymon could definitely bite them in the butt. So we'll have to kind of see how that plays out. Here we're going to see that Agumon X coming down here. So we'll actually get to see that when Digivolving effect of reveal the top 3 and add a Greymon or card with Greymon in its name to hand. As well as you could add the X antibody option as well. And again, we're going to see a whiff here, correcting that Wargreymon because it did swing. It should be suspended. But a second whiff, a whiff off the initial hard play search, and then a whiff again off of the Agumon X. Definitely not having a good time over there on those searches. But at least this one was a zero memory search. That definitely helps. As well as they did get the draw off the Evo. So, take your victories where you can, I guess. And then we're going to see a Evo into the Greymon. This is the one like we saw with the Garurumon. Essentially makes it a 1 Evo cost. 1 Evo cost, and you get the name. Which is very, very important for those X antibody level 4s. Alright, time to see some Garurumon shenanigans here. So we're going to swing in with that Wargreymon. Should unsuspend here after it attacks. We'll hit into the Metalgarurumon here. So we'll have to get rid of those really, really nice sources to keep it alive. So survives the security check there. But now no longer has any buffer. So now swinging in with 6,000 DP, really risking it. But just hits into an X antibody option. Gains the opponent 1 memory though. Brings them down to 0. Thankfully, Wargreymon X is a 0 Evo cost X antibody. And on Evo will unsuspend itself. So got really, really greedy with that Wargreymon swing for sure. And then it evoed on top of a Wargreymon, so it gets to bounce that Greymon back to hand. Kind of slow down that red player a little bit because they are amassing a pretty beastly field. Now we'll see if they choose to swing here again or not, or if they're just going to go straight into an Evo. Oh, okay, so they will swing. Oh, this is really spicy. So X antibody option coming down here first. So swings with the Wargreymon, Evo's mid-swing. On Evo, Metalgarurumon X will unsuspend itself, and it has blocker. So, as well as gets to bounce the thing with the highest, I believe it's DP on the opponent's field to hand. So clears that Wargreymon X, and then we'll get to see 2 security checks here. Sorry about the TTS lag there. Kind of threw things off, had to reconnect. So swings in here. Last check with that security attack +1 from the Wargreymon. Hits into a Cool Boy, which probably very needed right now, although that hand side is massive. I feel like they should have at least 1 copy of everything in their deck at this point. I don't know what they would need off the Cool Boy at this point. Looks like they're going to grab that Greymon X, though, which will be a 0 Evo cost. Give them an extra draw. Which definitely could come in handy on their following turn here. They're at 4 memory. That Metalgarurumon should be unsuspended. That will get fixed shortly here. So go ahead and kick it over to Greymon, draw for turn. Going to promote up that Agumon. Now is the time to do something. You're at 0 security. They've got 2 bodies on field at this point, 1 being a blocker. Does have the Cool Boy here, so we see another use of Agumon X coming down for 0 Evo cost. We'll get a draw for Evo, as well as a draw and a memory gain for Cool Boy, and then they'll get their search off the Agumon. I believe that I'm not really actually sure what the order of operations is on that. I don't know if you have to do a certain one first. I know you do the draw for Evo first, but I don't know if you do the Agumon first and then the Cool Boy. I don't even know if it matters. It might not. So we're going to see that dig again. Hits into a Greymon finally, but just another Greymon X, which we saw them add already off the Cool Boy. So a little not so much needed at this point. So not the best search, I would say. But their hand size is huge. It's absolutely massive. For someone that's not getting any of their hits off their searches, their draws have been... Draw power is absolutely absurd. So trying to debate the best course of action here on what to go into. You gotta at least go into a Greymon here. So they're going to go with the memory efficient route rather than the security attack +1 route. So 1 Evo here into the Greymon, probably the best call because most of your Evos in that Metalgarurumon getting fixed here. Most of your metals are going to be 4 Evo costs, so you got to keep yourself at 4 memory here. That's actually pretty important. Here we're going to see that Greymon 0 Evo, Greymon X, I should say, come down, and for that 0 Evo, gets that extra draw. Again, I have no clue what they could possibly need at this point, but hey, every little bit helps here, as well as just making sure that you're getting all of those double levels underneath to make sure your Greymon X ability is live. Here we will see that Metal Greymon come down like we were saying. Digivolve 1, then pop that rookie. Super good play for sure. Really needs to finish that that Garurumon X off here though. Goes into the X again, making that Metal Greymon inheritable live, so can attack into unsuspended Digimon. Will mid swing, use that X antibody option there to Evo mid swing here, and go ahead and oh, they're going to go for security. They're just going to get straight with it. They're going to rely on that Wargreymon X since the option is there. After attack, they can delete something with DP less than it. So went for the went for security to just give them back in this game. Wow. Hits into the blue yet red tamer here. So for every 8 cards in hand, we'll gain 1 memory. Looks like they're only going to have enough, though, from the opponent. Looks like they're at 7 cards themselves, so not going to gain anything from themselves. In a bit of a bind here, though, does have the rookie and raising, which is huge. So a Kakaida's Breath right now could potentially win blue the game right here, because that leaves red with nothing in raising area and no red tamer on field to go with like a hybrid or anything like that. Oh, playing Ice Wall, that's just kind of a dead giveaway. That no Kakaida's Breath in hand here, and yeah, that just seals the deal. Cool boy. Passing turn, back over to Wargreymon. Wargreymon going to be able to clean this up. Thankfully, they did swing in for that security. If they had not swung in for security there, they actually would have lost this game. So yeah, they swung in for the security, cleared the security, and then used that deletion effect to clear the field. Rather than just swinging over it and then following up on the next turn by swinging into the security, because they would have swung into security this turn and not done anything, and the opponent would have been able, because yeah, they just put them on a 1. Cool boy put on a 1. So yeah, if they had spent their turn clearing the security out, then they could have just promoted, and there's no way I don't think there's any way that Wargreymon X deck could put up any sort of blocker defense or anything like that to stave off that attack. So risked it for the biscuit, and it paid off for sure. Now let's look at those decks. All right, first up we do have that Wargreymon X here. Very interesting running the BT1 Wargreymon when you have stuff like the Greymon X antibody there. I guess, though, that this one does like stop hammer sparks and things like that. So not, too bad there, as well as helps dodge other options that aren't necessarily deletion effect options, so maybe probably a pretty good one. I'm curious what other Wargreymons people are running to complement their X antibody ones. So if you have any suggestions for Wargreymons, definitely let me know. The rest of the deck is still pretty cookie cutter, I would say. Like nothing too crazy here. We're going to see some DP buffs and things like that. No promo. I'm surprised to see that 2K buff, but I guess you got the Agumon here, so. And the security tank +1s and the Greymons and the memory easier Evo ones here. That Metal Greymon put in tons of work for sure, as well as the Wargreymon X antibody. Both very, very powerful. I don't even know if this the piercing Metal Greymon is even needed, just because of the great combo power of these other two. Being able to 0 Evo on top of the Metal Greymon, getting that ability to attack over unsuspended Digimon, and then with that X antibody option, being able to swing, Evo mid-swing, and clear it. Very, very cool, very powerful. We do see 2 Blitz Omnimons, though. Very, very neat tech. The Tai Kami is also a very interesting tech. I guess you do want to have these big, massive hits with the Wargreymon X, though, to get that memory back, rather than seeing like something like a hero to give that DP buff. See the Cool Boys for the searches, as well as Red Memory Boost as well for some searches. All right, next we got the blue deck here. A little bit off the cuff, a little bit out of the ordinary here. Got some very interesting techs for sure. We see 4 Upamons here, no Sunomons for that extra DP. Looks like they're just going for straight draw power. But I feel like the turn you're ready to promote is the turn you're ready to swing, and so really the Sunomons are probably better than the Upamons. This package here, the level 5s makes sense. Everything else here makes sense. The Modoki Betamon is very interesting. Very good counter against those Alphamon decks out there. So pretty cool to see this being worked into rotation. While not probably something you normally see. As well as, speaking of stuff we don't normally see, we see a delicate plan worked in with the blue-red tamer. So you still get your blues in there as well as your reds. Pretty neat for sure. I don't know if you really need this whole package though. And I feel like probably just a two play cost red tie was probably just cover you pretty good. The memory gain off this is pretty solid though, because most of the time your hand will be pretty massive with this deck. So I guess that's kind of what the thought process here is. And of course you want to work in the Cool Boys. The Cool Boys are super good in these style of decks. For sure. If you've seen Cool Boy in action, he's pretty awesome. The Delicate Plan, though, is a neat thing, just because this deck does suffer against those option-heavy decks, and the one of Ice Wall, just because, you know, you got to fit it in. And then the Omni here, just for that, those rare times when you can just go Omnimon for game. So one of the deck does, like I said, have crazy draw power, and most of the time when it's doing it searching, like off the Gabumons here, if you do hit the Omnimon, you can add the Omnimon to hand as well. So you're either just going to hard draw it or actually be able to add it off the searches. So yeah, not a bad one of to include. You don't really have to worry about bottom decking this guy too much. I do miss the Kakaitis Breath though. It looks like maybe the Betamon here might be taking up the spot, or the Delicate Plan package taking up that Kakaitis. We saw like that Kakaitis that literally would have won them the game if it had been in the deck. So I don't know, just food for thought, I guess.